Okay, so you can't tell, but I don't have good lighting anywhere in my house, but I managed to get burned on the motorcycle run for the Tata run. Not as bad as I usually do, go figure, but one of the things of being a redhead is, 2 minutes of sun exposure could mean 3 or 4 days of sunburn. So my lips are burnt, so I applied the best thing I could find. It used to be Carmex, before they just went to just plain old petroleum jelly, which is ridiculous. But the Blistex medicated is working really well. And I like the fact that it is got sunscreen on it. I used to just, apply a whole bunch of different stuff that had sunscreen, and it does do pretty good. My lips are pretty well burnt. And the new thing I've had to deal with is now working with windburn. Never had that problem before. Being on the back of a motorcycle is, yeah. So, one of the things that I do is right after is I always make sure I go and you wash your skin really well. Don't scrub it really hard, because that just seems to your skin's hurt, you're hurt. You wouldn't go and scrub an open wound super hard or something like that. You clean it, but same thing. You just want to clean all the junk off your skin so that you can totally soak in the little mixture that I always do. What I use is I have a bottle of Suave Advanced Therapy. This works really well. Anything that has vitamin E and stuff. This is a new one that somebody gave me. It doesn't have any vitamin E in it, but it still does pretty well. My skin gets really dry, except when I'm sunburnt. It's really oily, then go figure. And then I have pain relieving gel, which is actually aloe vera, but it's got lidocaine and menthol in it, which kind of cools the burn. Anything with aloe vera in it. Some people do pure aloe vera. I like to have the stuff that's pain relieving because usually my sunburns are usually pretty bad. This one isn't as bad as they usually are. I usually blister and everything, but this one's a couple months old. It used to be bright blue. It's losing its color because I store it right on my kitchen sink, or not my kitchen sink, my bathroom sink. And I have a lot of sunshine in there during the day, which is probably what I should be doing these videos, but it kind of bleached it out. So what I do is I take probably a good tablespoon worth of the aloe vera, and then probably about a teaspoonful of the lotion, and I mix it all together to create kind of this nasty, gross looking paste. And then I rub it everywhere that had sun exposure, whether I got burned or not. It just keeps your skin healthier and stuff like that. For being 30 and being a redhead and only recently starting to actually care about my skin, I think I'm doing pretty darn good. I'm pretty freckly, but not as bad as some redheads that I see. But yeah, there's a few things that you need to know. A lot of people think SPF numbers are the strength. That's not it at all. It's how many times your personal normal amount of time you could be in the sun. So like me, I usually get 80, because if I'm outside without sunscreen, it used to be 10 or 20 minutes. Now it's 5 or 6 minutes. Your skin gets older, it gets, and then environment, all that stuff. But I'm outside for about 5 minutes too long. Well, I would say, we'll just say 10 minutes. 10 minutes for me, and then I start burning really bad. So the 80 is 80 times more than when I can be outside usually. And then I need to reapply. So do the math. If you can't figure out the math, I'm sure there's somebody around you that can. If you don't want to burn, you always need to use some form of sunscreen. If you're like my husband, he's, heavy duty Italian, things like that. He burns slightly once, and then it becomes a tan and he doesn't burn again. So go figure. I have a friend who's African American. She doesn't burn at all, but that's that type of skin, that you think of the The darker skin tones are closer to the equator, where there's lots and lots of sun, lots and lots of heat. Us white people, white, you know, glow in the dark, ghostly people with little freckle tans. We live in the areas where there's a lot of cloud cover and it's colder and things like that. My skin as a redhead, I don't have a lot of melanin. The melanin is what causes the coloring in your skin and allows your skin to burn or not burn. The more you have, the better. The less you have, well, then you have me. And of course, you know, the only thing that has more problems with the sun than a redhead is an albino. So we're one step above an albino. Go figure. My brothers would joke and smack me to say they were creating some color, which is horrible and cruel, but, you know, that's little brothers. I'm glad I wasn't an albino, or I would have really been in trouble. But anyway, yeah, you always sunscreen. If you're going to go out and suntan, you need to make sure you at least have something on. Do not rub oils on your skin. Baby oils, things like that, like they used to do. That's why those people who do that now, you know, they're looking back, you know, and they did that in the 60s and 70s and the 80s, all that. That's why their skin is all leathery. So a lot of them have skin cancer. They have a lot of problems. So don't rub oil on your skin. Don't be stupid. You know, you put oil on meat right before you fry it. So think about it that way. You know, the fried chicken is dipped in oil so that it cooks and fries the skin. Think that one through. It's not that hard. Don't do it. Sunscreen is a big deal. There's a lot of makeups anymore for you women that wear makeup, and men. I won't go, you know, won't judge. But a lot of them have, you know, some SPF, things like that in there. I know I put on sunscreen and then I put on makeup that has sunscreen in it because I like Fort Knox security, and I'm still reapplying every few minutes. But yeah, it's sun lotion. And another thing that you need to keep track of is your eyes. Your eyes will burn. That's why it's important to wear sunglasses. If you're like me and you wear glasses, I don't have prescription sunglasses. I need to get some, but usually I'll try to wear sunglasses when I'm outside so that I don't burn my eyes. You want to get some that are UVA, UVB, which are two different types of rays that they'll protect you from. You know, try to cover up when you're outside. I know when it gets hot, you just want to be out. You know, sometimes you want to work in your tan line. Be nice to your skin. You know, don't be a jerk. That's all you got. You know, I mean, come on. My grandfather's a redhead, and he goes in like every month to have these big nasty sores, which are from the skin cancer. They're little cancer sores, and they go in with a laser and they burn them off. And then he's got this nasty, oozy, gross scab that he has to keep, you know, covered in certain ointments and creams and things like that, so it doesn't just drip constantly while it heals. Yeah, real sexy. You know, you're tan now, it could turn into that. So keep that in mind. Tanning beds are not a whole lot better. I mean, they're better than direct sunlight, but they're still stupid. I mean, I know here you're getting all this from a redhead that doesn't tan. Yeah, I'm a little jealous, but I'm also, you know, I've made myself very well aware. You know, I have 3 kids. Samantha, my oldest, she doesn't burn. She burns like her dad. You know, she gets a slight little pink and then she tans out. Marilyn, she tans out, but man, that little girl, she fries. You know, she's like me. She's got more of that, you know, white English Irish thing going. You know, it just fries. You know, so I have to keep her coated down, and then it will tan out, but it still will blister and things like that. And you know, that's miserable. Nobody wants to deal with that. The baby, he's well covered every time I go out, so I don't know what the sun will do to him yet, because that's horrible to do that to a child. You know, you take care of your kids, you know, come on. But anyway, so you're gonna rub this stuff all over everywhere that you got sun exposure, whether you're burned or not. It's good for your skin, helps your skin kind of replenish itself and heal. It's good to do right before bed. Slather it on thick. It's, and the good thing, I know aloe vera is annoying because it's so sticky, and when you rub it on, all your clothes stick, and it's gross, and blah, blah, blah. But when you mix it with the lotion, which is what I figured out a long time ago, it makes it not only absorb better, but then it's not sticky. It absorbs in your skin like lotion would. And it's not like you're breaking the compounds down or something like that. You're just making, lotion with aloe vera in it. So, anyway, so I'm hoping this helps you out. Be safe out there for the summertime. Take care of yourself. If you've got kids, take care of your kids. If you got a spouse that likes to not wear anything, take care of them. Tell them they're dumb and slather it on them anyway. Hand them a pair of sunglasses or a hat or something. Maybe if you're annoying enough, like with my husband, he refuses to wear sunscreen, but 2 years ago I figured out if I just keep nagging at him, he'll let me, rub it on the parts of his body that the sun, it's late, is getting to, just to shut me up. So, some battles are worth fighting. I don't want to see him with horrible skin cancer and things like that. So, anyway, have a happy summer. Enjoy. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your bodies. And lots of water. Lots of water. Water's good for your skin. It's good for everything. You're made up of 70% water. If you get dehydrated, that number goes down. That's not good. So, anyway, I'll do another segment on water one of these days. All right. Love you all.